Life has a strange way of placing broken people on the same road, at the exact moment they need each other the most. That night, the winter wind cut through the old streets of Brighton like it wanted to punish anyone still outside. Amelia Parker tightened her grip on her little boy's hand. "Just a little more, Noah, please," she whispered, her voice shaking. Noah, barely 7 years old, struggled to keep up. His tiny backpack was empty, no food, no warm clothes inside, just the last drawing he'd made of his father, the man who had abandoned them 6 months earlier. They had been sleeping behind an old laundromat for 3 days, but tonight, the cold was too sharp, too dangerous. Amelia pressed her hand over her stomach, trying to ignore the cramps of hunger. Everything she had, her job, her apartment, her savings, disappeared when her ex disappeared with their money. Every cent.
She wasn't weak. She wasn't careless. She had simply trusted the wrong man. And now Noah was paying the price. At the same moment, just 2 miles away, Ethan Reed, a 36-year-old mechanic and single father, locked up his auto shop. He wiped his hands on a rag, staring at the empty parking space beside the building. That empty space still belonged to his late wife. She died 2 years ago. Some days, he still waited for her headlights to appear. He exhaled slowly and climbed into his rusted blue truck. He didn't know where he was going. He just knew he didn't want to go home yet. The house felt too quiet, too heavy. His own son, Liam, a gentle 10-year-old, was at home with his grandmother for the night. So Ethan drove. No destination, just the road. Until his headlights caught something unusual. A woman and a child walking in the dark. She held the boy close like the world might steal him if she let go. Ethan slowed his truck. Something inside him, the father in him, wouldn't let him drive past. "Hey," Ethan called out as he rolled down the window, careful not to scare them. "Are you two okay?" The woman stiffened, pulling her boy behind her. Her voice was barely a whisper. "We're fine, thank you." But they weren't. One look at Noah's trembling hands told Ethan the truth. "Look, I'm not trying to bother you. It's freezing tonight. There's a diner down the road. Warm food, heat. I can drop you off. Nothing more." Amelia hesitated. But the moment Noah's knees buckled, she panicked. "Okay, just to the diner." Ethan opened the back door for Noah first. That single action, choosing the child's safety before theirs, made Amelia's guard drop just a little. Inside the diner, Noah devoured a grilled cheese sandwich so fast the waitress reminded him to breathe. Ethan watched quietly. Something about the boy felt familiar. "Thank you," Amelia finally said, wrapping her hands around a hot cup of tea. "You didn't have to do this." "I'm a father. If my boy was out there, I'd hope someone would help him too." Her eyes softened, but before she could respond, Noah tugged on Ethan's sleeve. "Sir, do you fix cars?" Ethan smiled. "Yeah, buddy, I do." "Mom's car broke a long time ago," Noah said innocently. "She tried to make it work, but Dad said she didn't deserve." "Noah," Amelia whispered sharply, her voice cracking. Ethan didn't push. He simply nodded and handed Noah a napkin. But something inside Ethan tightened, like he was recognizing a wound he once carried too.
After Noah finished eating, Amelia excused herself to take him to the restroom. While they were gone, the waitress leaned toward Ethan. "That woman, she came here last night. She only asked for water for her boy. Wouldn't accept free food. Had too much pride. But that child, he looked starving." Ethan felt something burn inside his chest. When Amelia returned, she flinched at the look on Ethan's face. Not anger, but concern so deep it scared her. "Where are you staying tonight?" he asked quietly. She hesitated. "Please don't lie," he added softly. "You don't strike me as someone who deserves to be on the street." Amelia broke. Not in tears, but in silence. A silence that confessed everything. Ethan took a deep breath. "Come stay in my guest room. Just for tonight. It's warm, safe. My son is with his grandma. There's space."
Amelia shook her head instantly. "No, I can't." "It's not charity," Ethan said. "It's kindness. And there's a difference." Noah leaned into his mother, whispering, "Mom, please." That was what broke her. Ethan's house was small, warm, and filled with traces of his late wife. Pictures, her favorite vase, her handwriting on a recipe card pinned to the fridge. Amelia noticed it immediately. "You don't have to hide her," Amelia said softly. "Love doesn't disappear." Ethan stared at her, shocked that she understood so quickly. But before he could respond, Noah walked toward a framed photo on the wall and froze. "Mom, that's the man." Ethan's heart stopped. "What man?" he asked gently. Noah swallowed hard.
"The man who took our money. Mom's money. The one who said we would never find him again." Amelia's knees nearly buckled. Ethan grabbed the frame. His late wife stood beside him in the picture, smiling. But in the background, at a family cookout, was a stranger he hadn't noticed in years. But Noah recognized him instantly. Amelia's ex. Ethan felt a cold wave run through him. He knew that man. He had once trusted that man. And that man had destroyed this woman and her innocent child. Ethan looked up at Amelia. "I know where he is." She trembled. "Please, don't tell him we're here." Ethan knelt in front of Noah. "I promise you, no one will ever hurt you again." Then he stood, walked to the hallway, opened the closet, and pulled out a folded blanket. "You're safe here," he said. "Both of you, no matter what comes next." But what Amelia didn't expect was what came next. The next morning, she woke up to the smell of pancakes and laughter. Ethan and Noah were flipping pancakes together, making a mess, laughing like two old friends. She stood at the doorway, tears filling her eyes. For the first time in months, her son looked like a child again, and Ethan looked like a man learning to breathe again. A week later, after police located her ex and recovered part of her stolen money, Amelia still stood by the doorway with her bags packed. "Are you leaving?" Ethan asked softly. "I don't want to be a burden." "You're not." Amelia swallowed. "I don't want you to help out of pity." Ethan stepped closer. "Amelia, you didn't walk into my life for me to save you. You walked in so we could save each other." Her breath caught, and Noah ran up behind her, throwing his arms around Ethan's waist. "Can we stay?" he asked. Ethan smiled. "I was hoping you'd say that." Thank you for watching this heart-touching story. If this story moved you, warmed you, or reminded you that kindness still exists, you're part of the DYLN Stories family. We create stories that heal, inspire, and remind the world that second chances are real. Stay tuned for more beautiful stories. You are loved, and you are welcome here.